Okay, ending this lot of Historia Augustus, chapter 27. The Rex Sane, clearly or surely the king of the Persians, he feared the emperor Gordianus tantum ut correlative, so much so that when he had drawn up his copies, his forces, both from his lot and from ours as well, so he's got troops from multiple places, or might be although he's drawn them up. Nevertheless, he deducated, he led away sponte of his own accord the presidia, the garrisons or protections from his own cities, and he returned them integris, so unharmed, returned to his own citizens, etc. So, anyway, so that nothing, as what pertained to the fortunes or the things owned by them, he had contaminated. So he's basically drawn up all these forces, but he's given back all these things he'd taken without staining them or harming it in any way. 2. Said Hacomnia, but all this was through Misitheus, the father-in-law of Gordianus, and the same guy who was a prefect, Gestation. These were all done by him, the father-in-law of Gordianus. And finally, Deniquides was affected or brought about that the Persians, who were already, or at that time were feared in Italy, into their own kingdom, with Gordius on campaign fighting, they returned to their own kingdom. And the Totium Orient, the whole east, was obtained, came under Roman Republic's power. 4. The ex stats, there still stands or exists an oration of Gordianus to the Senate, in which his rebus's gestus, the things he's done, he was writing and giving thanks, ingentes gratias, huge thanks, to Misitheus, his prefect that he was customarily using, who was also his Socro, his father-in-law, of which part of it I've indicated, I've written here with a purpose, that you can know from it the vera, the truth, or these types of words. 5. Post-hac, after these things, vocative, PC, partis conscriptae, the things which we did while we're on our journey. The gesta, things done, and these things which ubiqui, everywhere, dignata sunt, they are worthy each one for its own triumph, singulus triumphus, which were actitated. This is a frequentive verb, so things that are repetitively done, you might want to say, so that even the Persians, and so that I can connect many things in a brief period of time, or say a lot of things in short, from the necks, the curvibuses, however you say it, the necks of the Antioch people, which now were bearing their nexus, some sort of knot and weights and yokes from the Persians, and the regs Persians, the kings of the Persians, and their laws of immovemus. So basically, he's briefly put that they've moved away the Persian things that's crushing the necks of Antioch, and the kings of the Persians and the laws. So there's 3 things that have been removed. 6. Dende. Then Carus and the rest of the cities, we returned to Roman Imperium, Roman rule. We reached as far as the city, it doesn't take ad, Nisban, and if the gods are favouring us, Venemus will come as far as Sisyphota, or whatever that is. 7. Valiat, let something be strong or prevail or be able to. Here's the nominative. Misitheus, his father-in-law, the prefect, and our parent, let it be merely or only, of whose ductu, of whose leadership and disposition, arranging things, made it so that we could transact, or so that we have completed these missions or whatever, and in the future, transigimus, we will finish transacting or they're doing what needs to be done, the reliqua, in the rest of these things. So he's asking for thanks to his father-in-law. 8. Therefore, Igator, decide your supplications or rewards or whatever. Commend us to the gods. Agere gratias, give thanks to his father-in-law Miscius. With his lectus, with this read out in the Senatu, in the Senate, it was decreed for Gordianus four elephants, something with 4 elephants, inasmuch as he who had conquered the Persians, he should triumph with a Persian triumph. So I guess they used elephants in Persia. So he'd have a bit of a parade with 4 elephants, and to Misthius, his father-in-law, however, moreover, was that X? No, we'll just. He had a triumph of 4 horses and a triumphal carriage and a title of this nature, Huis Modo. Oh, erase that thing anyway. 10. This is a quote from what was read. To the eminent man Misthius, parent of emperors, prefect of the Praetorians, tutore, so the guy who safeguards the whole orb, the whole world, the restorer of the republic. They give thanks in turn. Looks like the Rome and the Senate Republic are giving thanks to him. Okay, so I've set up vicem, the adverb for the daily dictionary. A lot of times means in turn, in place of, but it can mean as a result of or on behalf of. So when they were doing this on behalf of the Roman people and the Senate, that'd be what this vicem's about. What do we got? 28 Roman numerals. But so that this felicity, this good luck was not able to be lasting much longer. For Misthius, as we know, the father-in-law, as pleriqui say, as a lot of people say, or however much as many people say, by the arts of Philippus, who post him, after him, became factus est, the prefect of the Praetorian, or as others say, he was extinct by sickness. Okay. He left his heir the Roman Republic. So that whatever there was of his, this was accelerated. This was added to the vectors, or the usually that's used for taxes, or whatever, but this was added to the income or treasury of the city, it looks like. So he either died by this guy's arts or treachery, or by sickness. Another typo looks like, unless that's an alternative medieval spelling. Such was the disposition, so much how he arranged things in the Republic, such were they done of this man, that there was not any other civitas, no other city, which Potior. So this looks like it's Limonantia. This would be something to do with a nearby city, which would be able to have more of, or more preferably, which was able to have an army, Public Romanum, and to bear the emperor, of how much they would have in a year. So there wasn't any other city nearby which could have as much as what looks like Rome had in a year under this guy, as in respects to aceto, which is vinegar, frumento's grain, larido, some sort of bacon cuttings, hordio, barley, parlis is straw. I don't know what you use straw for. Condita means it's stored up there. So these other places, that nulla asset there was, that had these things stored up. But the minor cities, they had 30 days worth. Some other minor cities would have 40 days worth, and non nulla, which means some, would have 2 months worth of these things. So living off bacon and vinegar, if that doesn't sound too excellent, but anyway. And the minimum cities only had quindecim days worth. Okay, that'll do it.